Hey guys, it's Mrs. Daniel, and I have been asked to work out number 2 from the practice worksheet. So I am going to work this problem out with you guys, and hopefully it will help you. First thing I would do is read the problem and maybe go through and highlight anything that is helpful. And so it says Allison earns $6.75 per hour babysitting. How much money will Allison make if she babysits for 8.5 hours? So some things that I would want you to notice is that you're going to earn $6.75 per hour, and how many hours that you're going to babysit. So this little piece right here, this 8.5 hours is important, okay? So when we're doing this problem, what you need to know is that 1 hour of babysitting work is going to earn you $6.75. Well, if you babysit, you probably want to babysit for more than 1 hour because you want to make more money. So what would I do if I wanted to babysit for 2 hours? I wonder how much money I would make, because I don't think I would make just $6.75. What happens is I would make $6.75 2 times, 1 for each hour. And then again, if there's 3 hours of babysitting, because more time babysitting means more money, that means I'm going to earn 3 of these, okay? 3 of these $6.75. Well, if you can see, there's a pattern. If I work for 1 hour, I get one $6.75. But if I work for 2 hours, I get 2 times $6.75, once, twice. And if I work for 3 hours, I get 3 times $6.75, 1, 2, 3. So a shortcut would be to take the $6.75 and multiply it 1 time for 1 hour, or the $6.75 and multiply it by 2 times for 2 hours, or take the $6.75 and multiply it by 3 for the 3 hours. Our problem says that we get to babysit for 8.5 hours. That's like a full work day. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that $6.75 and we're going to multiply it by 8.5 hours. But what you have to know with multiplication and decimals is it's not necessary to line up the decimals like it is in addition and subtraction. So it's okay that this decimal is on the left and this decimal is further on the right. They will not line up. Another thing to know about multiplying decimals is you put the digits, the number with more digits, on the top. So for example, this has 1, 2, 3 digits. The digits are the names for how many numbers. So $6.75 has 3 digits. Since it's longer, it's on the top. The 8.5 hours only has 2 digits. It's smaller in length, so it goes on the bottom. It's not what's like the bigger number in value, it's which one is longer. So once I've set my problem up properly, what I really want to do is I want to get rid of those decimal points. I want to take them out so I can just multiply. So I'm going to take this decimal right here and I'm going to slide it out. And anytime you slide it out, you have to slide it out to the right. So I'm sliding it out the back, okay? And that means there were 2 decimal places, 1, 2. And then I'm going to slide it out here for this 8.5, but it only slides out 1 place, okay? And then what I need to do is I need to keep in mind how many places, how many total places did I slide the decimal out in this entire math problem. And that is 3 decimal spaces. And that's going to be important at the end. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that value these 3 decimal spaces until the very end. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to grab my pink marker and I am just going to multiply. 5 times 5 is 25, so I'm going to carry this 2. 5 times 7 is 35. Then I have to make sure I add that 2, so that's 37, and I'm going to carry that 3. Then I'm going to do 5 times 6 is 30. I'm going to take that 30 and add that 3, and I'm going to get 33. So I have finished multiplying by the 5. To multiply by this 8, I have to put a placement 0 down here, and then I can start multiplying by the 8 with the first product going here. 8 times 5 is 40, and I'm going to carry my 4. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 4 is 60, so I'm going to carry my 6. 8 times 6 is 48, and 48 plus 6 is 54. Okay, give you just a minute. And then anytime we find the product, we take the rows and we add them together. Since my bottom number has 2 digits, I'm going to have 2 rows of numbers, 1 row for each digit. So I'm going to add, and when I add, I line them up. So there's a 5, that's a 7, that's a 3, that's a 7, and this is the 5. Okay, so that's my value. Now, I have to put my decimal back in because there's no way somebody's going to pay me $57,000, okay? $57,375 to babysit for 8.5 hours. I don't care how bad your kid is. They're not going to pay us that much. So what we have to do is we have to take that 57375 and we have to put the decimal back, and that's where this comes in handy, these 3 spaces. In the beginning, we took the problem out, or I'm sorry, we took the decimals out, and we took them out to the ends. Okay, that says the end. So you're going to come back here to the end, and you're going to roll the decimal back in the amount of spaces that were taken out. And we took it out 3 spaces, 2 here and 1 here for the total of 3. So the decimal always starts here at the end, and I'm going to roll it in 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3 spaces. And the decimal is now here. I erase it from there. So my answer, oops, let me get my pink marker, is going to be $57.375, which is totally weird because in money, we don't have a way that says $57.375. Okay, our money only goes to 2 places behind the decimal. So I have to go back to my rounding rules, and you probably learned the rounding rules in elementary. It's one of those, if it's 5 or greater, you have to round it up. So I'm going to look at this 5 that lives behind this 7 right here. And that 5 tells me to make that 7 go up. So since it's money, I'm going to round it up, and I am going to say that I have $57.38. So if I babysit for $6.75 an hour, and I do that for 8.5 hours, I will earn $57.38.